All right, this is round 2 of SubaruGuide.com ordering. After last video, I was so pleased with it that I waited for the next free shipping weekend and ordered a bunch more stuff. So, and then the weekend after that, I ordered even more stuff. So I'll probably splice that together with this video. So let's see what we got. Okay. Everything is in plastic together. First up, we have a Poppin' Music controller in beautiful condition. Let's see if I can open that. Awesome. Yeah. So, that was good. I forgot all the prices, but I'll put the prices up on, I'll edit the prices in the video. I think that was pretty cheap, like less than $10. We have got, very nice. So, last time around I ordered a Super Famicom, and the one I ordered was without the box, and it was $15, which was surprising, and I felt that was a really good deal. This time around there was a boxed Famicom, Super Famicom for $24. And it said that the condition of the box and the system inside was difficult, but to me, this box looks perfect. Oh, well, okay. Maybe there is no bottom to the box because there's styrofoam there. I'm not exactly sure. Oh yeah, it looks great. That is not yellowed at all, except for on the front controllers there. Let me go grab the one I just bought. So this is the one I got last time around for $15. This is the one for $24. Came with the box, came with 2 controllers, and it is in much less yellow shape, and it's got plastic on it, and it came with the instructions. Everything's like in perfect shape on this. I don't know why they would say that the condition is difficult. The controllers look good. I mean, they still have... I'll have to look up because surely these are used, right? But I don't see any gunk in the cracks there. And then they're still in plastic, and they still have 2 plastic bags as well as twist ties on it. So I don't know. Almost looks brand new. Yeah, looking at the back of this one, there might be a little... That could be used. Yeah, there's definitely some little bit of grime in there. So they must repackage these. A little bit of yellowing on the top of the controllers. But that is fantastic. I'm very pleased with that purchase. And I don't know about this box. The box... Surely there was a bottom on the box originally, so I guess I'm missing that, but I'm not really sure. I don't know. Okay, one thing I noticed is that there is place for 2 controllers in here. You can see the curves, but there is not place for a video cable, an RF cable, or a power supply. So I looked in the instructions and it shows like, hey, you got your Famicom, you can use your RF and your AC adapter. So I guess I'm thinking that maybe this just didn't come with a adapter. And so this is probably a complete console that I got here. Okay, yes, I translated this on the side, and it does say that this is for people that owned a regular Famicom. So maybe there was another version that they sold that did include that stuff, but this version does not. Okay. Next up, well, I'll stick to the game stuff. I got another Beatmania Append. This one is cracked here. That could be from shipping because they don't pack these. No, that's great. That's probably not from shipping. I don't know. Disc is in good shape. And still has the card in there and everything, so that's awesome. I'll replace that. I have a ton of different jewel cases, so I'll just replace that. And we've got Beatmania Append Third Mix. This one's intact. Again, pretty good disc. Then I've got Ridge Racer Type 4, which is one of my very favorite PS1 games. And, oops, I don't know, are these like the Obi strips? Is that, because there was one on that other one too. Oh yeah, they are. Yeah, that would be somebody taking the, right. That goes on like that. I'm not too familiar with Japanese games, but I think that's a thing where people will take the Obi strips and then put them in there. So this comes with 2 discs. Ridge Racer 4 on this one. Wow, that is like perfect. And then this is the original Ridge Racer upgraded to 60 FPS. Like they remade it on the same console. Just really interesting. I have since learned, since ordering this, that I think this doesn't work with analog controllers, unlike the US version. So that's a little disappointing, but I'll find out if that's true. Otherwise, I might need to buy one of those Namco Neji-Con controllers. Or I could just keep playing the burned copy of the US version. Insert video. It looks like this does have the DualShock in the instructions, and it points to the LED, analog LED. Hopefully that's not just saying you must keep it off. I'm thinking this probably has analog support, and whatever I read was probably just wrong. It also has support for this ridiculous looking controller. So, yeah, I'm excited to play this. Okay, I can confirm the analog does not work. This is Tetris Battle Gaiden on Super Famicom. Really fun Tetris game. They used to play it a lot on GiantBomb.com, which is where I learned about it. Then we've got Donkey Kong Country 3, just because, you know, I have Donkey Kong Country 1, the US version. I don't have number 2, but then this one was cheap. It was like $4 or something. And the Donkey Kong Country games are really, you know, you can play them without knowing the text in the game. I'm not even sure if it's in English or Japanese, but it doesn't really matter. Okay, and then the last game, sorry, I'm looking ahead at some of the stuff. The last game is the greatest game of all time, Larry Nixon's Super Bass Fishing. Okay, it's not the greatest game of all time. The reason I bought this is because since I got that other Super Famicom, I have been trying to figure out the best way to play American games in it, and turns out that's kind of difficult. All the adapters you can buy, because this cartridge slot is too small. So on the American one, you can just cut out a couple tabs in here, and then you can play Super Famicom games, but the reverse is a lot more difficult. And some people make like 3D printed adapters, but they're like $20, $30, $40. So my brilliant idea was to buy the cheapest game I could find. I think this was like $3, and transplant my my Super EverDrive. Let me see if I can find that. Yeah, so this is my Super EverDrive that I got in, I don't even know, probably 2015 or something like that, 2014. Hopefully I could just take that out, put it in here, and then this will work on both my American and my Japanese Super Nintendos. We will see. You know, kids these days, they have it way too easy with their Stone Age gamers and their USA-based EverDrive dealers. Back in my day, you had to order directly from the Ukraine. You had to wait a month for it to arrive, and then when you got it, all you would get is this. And then you had to figure out how to get this into your console. So you take the worst game you have, and you cut a slice into it, and there you go. I probably should replace that battery too. Okay, you know what's weird? There's no screws in there. So I don't know how to open this. I'm an idiot. The screws are on the front. I wonder how Larry Nixon feels about his Super Nintendo fishing game only getting released in Japan. Do you think he ever got a copy? Oh, wow. This has a battery. I did not expect a save state, a stave backup on this cartridge. Yep, that fits perfectly. I don't want to get my Dremel out if I can avoid it, and the only thing I have handy right now are these really cheap AliExpress files. Alright, that's good enough for me. There we go. All right. Oh, one more game thing. I got a copy of Densha to Go, which last time I got the controller that was $750. Still one of my favorite things that I've gotten from there. But now I have the game to go with it. And let's see. Yeah. Just a standard PlayStation game. It was pretty cheap, if I remember. Okay. So... okay, so I got some weird stuff here. Oh yeah. First up, I got Terminator 2 Special Edition on Laserdisc. which is a 2-disc package. It looks like it's got the Obi strip with it. Yeah, that is awesome. I just love the cover art on this. Thinking about framing it in a record frame or something. Then, even better than that, and this one was a little more expensive, I got Eraserhead on Laserdisc. It's kind of shiny. This is kind of silvery. You can't really tell on camera. Also has the Obi strip there, and it's kind of nice. Both of them come in plastic protectors. Yeah. And then, okay, the next two are a little disappointing, although I don't know what this is. Well, this is really interesting. This is very interesting. So, this is the Twin Peaks visual soundtrack on VHS. And I saw this on there and I was kind of surprised because the Twin Peaks visual soundtrack is a pretty rare Laserdisc, like $100 on up, as far as I know. And what this is the official soundtrack to the show, set over the top of footage that a Japanese film crew filmed, just walking around like the town and the area of the Pacific Northwest to just kind of get the vibe of Twin Peaks, the show. So it's just kind of an hour-long moving soundtrack. So you see the track list there. And what's really interesting is I did not know that this version existed. I don't know if this is a bootleg, because from what I've seen online, the only version that was ever created was the Laserdisc. And this has video produced by Wow Bob Wow, Warner Music Japan. Like, this looks official to me. Someone wouldn't have gone through the trouble of like copying the Laserdisc to VHS and then making this case, I wouldn't think. Oh yeah, look at this. You got a lyrics sheet. Man, this is so cool. This was kind of expensive. It was like $8 or something. But if this is like an official release of the Twin Peaks visual soundtrack, then, which it looks like it is, then this might be something like pretty rare. So I am extremely excited about this. I believe Japanese VHS tapes can be played in North American VHS because they're NTSC. But I don't know. Okay, so finally, this was a bad purchase. There was a book listed on Shirogaya, and it was $2.50. So on free shipping, that's shipped here for free. So I really couldn't go wrong buying it, but it had no picture. It had no English text on it. All it had was some Japanese text that didn't translate very well. It said David Lynch art. Actually, yeah, that was in English. It said David Lynch art. And then one of the translated words was Chris Rodley. And so I looked that up, and Chris Rodley wrote a book about David Lynch called Lynch on Lynch. And that is what this is. However, it is the Japanese version, which I probably should have expected. I didn't know what I was going to get. I was thinking like, oh, a David Lynch art book, that would be cool no matter what language it's in. But this is mostly text. So, there's some pictures. So this is cool to have. There's some Eraserhead stuff. And it was only $2.50, so I really couldn't go wrong. But that kind of explains it. So Here's your Twin Peaks stuff. Yeah, it's pretty cool. So that'll go on the bookshelf, and obviously I'll never read it. Wonder why there's two different codes there. I'm not really sure. But I think this is just the, well, I don't know. I've never seen that cover before. So it's interesting. It's got the dust cover. Not really something I can do much with, though. But of the two gambles I took, this one really paid off. I'm very excited about this. So, like I said, I have another Surugaya order coming, and I think it'll be here in about a week. So I will just wait to edit this video, and I will edit that stuff in. All right, we've got yet another package that arrived early this time. So first up, I got a Famicom console. Just a loose console. This is the original Famicom. Well, the controllers look nice. It's not really yellowed. It's a little dirty, but I think that was about $15. So I don't have any Famicom games to try on it, unfortunately. I probably should have ordered some, but maybe I'll do that this weekend. And then lastly, we've got a Sega Saturn in the box. And this is something that I thought about getting last time around, but I decided against it. But then this time I decided to get one because I don't have a Saturn at all. I've never seen one in the United States. And it was something like $50 in the box and everything. So let's take a look. Got the controller. It's a little grubby. Saturn always had nice controllers. And then, oh good, we have an AV cable. I was worried about that because it does not use the same as a Genesis. And I got a figure 8 power cable. I believe there's no problem plugging this in America, even though the voltages are slightly different. The box is in pretty good shape. Get some packaging. The console. This is the original model of Japanese Saturn, which is the gray color. I can actually tell it's kind of yellowing a little bit, but you can hardly tell on gray. So this is in pretty good shape. I assume there's no video card in there. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah. So what I need to do, I do not have any Saturn games, and also this only plays Japanese games, so I need to get a region-free kind of cartridge to plug in there so that this will play burned games. And I've already ordered one of them from AliExpress, and that should be here pretty soon, so we'll try that out. But overall, another successful package. I'm debating if I should order more stuff this weekend or what, maybe a Saturn game and a Famicom game. I don't know. Famicom games are really cheap, but I don't really want to get a Mahjong game or anything, so I don't know. We'll see. But that's it for now.